Okay. Thank you, Lancaster, for finally, just what the heck is going on? I need to fix something. On this thing. Anyway, it is what it is. Thank you, Lancaster Studios. We're going to start over. Here. Both these teams are struggling this year. That's kind of the gist of what I was saying. Party foul, Dennis. I know, it's crazy. But yeah, no, the Mets. Will they make playoffs? You can see the poll right there. Starting pitcher for the Mets is Kodai Senga, and you're probably able to read what I was saying. 7-4 record, 2.30 ERA, whip of a 1.24. Though in his last 7 starts, it's a little bit average. Pitcher as of late, 1-1 record, 3.66 ERA, whip of a 1.38. So we've seen better from him. Not as of the last 7 starts, though. Starting for the Braves is going to be Bryce Elder, 4-9 record, 6.12 ERA. He has been struggling this year, to say the least. Whip of a 1.56, and he thought those stats were pretty bad. Well, how about this? Last 7 starts, 2-5 record, 8.74 ERA, whip of a 2. So again, he has struggled, looking for a good performance to maybe get his mojo back. What got him into the majors, I don't know. But yeah, we definitely need to see a little bit better from Elder. Starting lineups for the Mets, they are the home team. Lindor, Soto, Nimmo, Alonso, McNeil, Mullins, Mauricio, Beatty, and Torrens. For the Braves, it's going to be Profar, Olsen, Baldwin, Ozuna, Harris, Albies, Brujan, Alvarez, and Allen. That's your starting lineup for the Braves. Curl defense got a pick 6 first play there. That's great. I just the reason I didn't go, 1, I got this. 2, I'm playing Hemphill, so I wasn't really if they do well, it's against a team that is not very great. So yeah, that's kind of why I didn't go, to be honest. Thank you, Holden. Yeah, I'm very sorry, Holden. I had myself muted. We're still working out the kinks here on this channel. Lots of learning. Let's go Bucks. Oh, sorry, I heard someone mention a collapsing team not making the playoffs. Oh, yeah, that would also apply to the Pirates. Yeah, thank you, Denny. Obviously, you probably know that the Pirates are off today, and they're off, so I'm pretty much doing a game, trying to get a decent game in here, which there really weren't many options tonight after I got off. Not really seeing much on tonight's slate. It is what it is, so I figured I'd stay in the NL. But thank you for stopping by. I mean, I know it's not Pirates, but hey, if you're willing to listen for a little bit, that's great. If not, that's okay. You enjoy the rest of your evening. Approaching the plate is going to be Jurickson Profar. He's batting .245, OPS of 776, 6 homers, and 19 RBIs on the season. Again, as always, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you'd like. Again, thank you, Lancaster Studios, for letting me know about the technical difficulties. Normally, I always check before, but today I guess I thought, I'm good. I don't know why. All right, Profar in the box. Senga on the mound as he sets and fires. That is outside for ball 1 as we are underway in New York. Again, the Braves and Mets teams that are, of just not living up to expectations. 1-0 count. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be a ground ball to second. McNeil tosses to first for out number 1. Very quickly, Profar goes down. That'll bring up Matt Olson. Batting .262, OPS of 816, 19 homers and 71 RBIs on the season. I'll be lurking, but listening in the background. Hey, thank you very much. And thank you, Holden. Yeah, we're closing in on 500 subscribers. We are there. We're close. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be low for ball 1. To be honest, I don't really expect too much of a crowd tonight. The Mets and Braves are very popular teams. I know there's a lot of broadcasters that do those games. That's going to be in there for a called strike on the inside corner. So, yeah, no, I might still end up with 476. Might even go down at the end of the night. I don't even know. 1-1 count. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be low for ball 2. 83-mile-per-hour changeup just below the knees. Yeah, the Braves have a lot of play-by-play guys. The Mets have a lot. So really, not really the best matchup for me. As here's the 2-1. That is in there for a call strike. But I do know I have some Mets subscribers and Braves subscribers that I've not been able to showcase their games. So here we are. 2 birds, 1 stone. 2-2 count. Senga kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Olsen. That will bring up Drake Baldwin. It's batting .285, OPS of .822, 13 homers and 52 RBIs on the season. Timmy, if you're listening, hey, what you need to do is you need to go, to everybody that's there in the crowd. As here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1, and tell them, hey, you need to subscribe to this guy right now. This is what he does. He's going to be calling the Kirbyville games. Look at him. He's calling a Mets game. And he's willing to cover some Kirbyville. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 1. So 1-1 count here to the number 3 hitting catcher, Drake Baldwin. It's a pretty solid rookie year. Again, just a 24-year-old rookie. And he's a catcher. He's batting .285. Really good. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be hit to right center. And that's going to drop for a base hit. Singing him praises. And here he is with a 2-out single. That'll bring up Marcell Ozuna. He's batting .240, OPS of 800, 20 home runs, and 59 RBIs. It's Pete Alonso's jersey giveaway prediction. Alonso will hit 2 home runs. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think I could see that happening. I'm not even there. Todd be sending me an update. I see how it goes, Lancaster. I see. Can't lie to me. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike. You need three total for Soto runs, hits, or RBIs. Ooh, that's a good one. Hopefully he has a good night. Thank you for stopping by, Hammer. As always, here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit back, and that is a foul ball. Count is 0-2. Runner on first here in the top of the first. 2 outs. 0-2 count to Ozuna. Senga looks over, sets, kicks, and deals. That is upstairs for ball 196 on the gun as they show a replay from last night. Ozuna hitting a loud home run. 1-2 count. Senga looks over, kicks, and deals. That is in the dirt. Ball kind of gets away, but doesn't look like Baldwin is going to test it. Soto bomb to hit the bet, going to be crazy. It would be pretty cool. Would be pretty neat. Yeah, just a home run. And that would take care of Hammer's bet. 2-2 counts. Senga sets, kicks, and deals. That's in the dirt, ball 3. The Braves in their red jerseys, gray pants. Mets in their black jerseys and white pants. Pretty solid jerseys, honestly. I like the Mets blacks. Pretty nice jersey. Braves have a nice red jersey. 3-2 count. Senga sets, kicks, and fires. That's going to be chopped foul. Did I see Isaiah Bond to the Browns? I did. It's been all over social media. I follow way too many football pages. I saw that so many times. I saw that like 10 times in the last few hours. As Senga sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be fouled back as, again, Ozuna's just fighting this off, just staying alive here. On deck is Michael Harris. Senga already at 17 pitches, most of them been because of Ozuna. As the count is 1 again, 3-2. Senga sets, and looks like Azuna's going to ask for time again. A pretty big at bat here. 7 pitches. 4-seam, curveball, 4-seam, forkball, cutter, 4-seam. What will we see here? 3-2 count. Senga sets and delivers. That's going to be popped up. Alonso is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. A 2-out single by Baldwin leads to nothing as we head to the bottom of the first. Your score is 0-0. Yep, not much happening for me tonight. Obviously, it's this game, but yeah, the Pirates are off, so this is one of those nights where it's like kind of a random game. And tonight's game was Braves and Mets. Obviously, the Mets are still holding that last playoff spot, but they've been struggling a lot as of late, so I'm kind of interested to see, hey, can they get a win here tonight? Obviously, they've won, but, they're only 2-8 in their last 10, and I know that struggling is continuing past those 10 games. I'm just too lazy to click on the Mets and look at their schedule, to be honest with you. But again, 64-56, the Reds right at their heels. 64-58, they're a game back. So the Mets, again, they need to get together here. And I kind of pull for them because, I have some Mets subscribers, so but I also have some Red subscribers. So, again, either way is a win. But, hey, those of you that are watching now, you're probably either a Mets or Braves fan, so, you'd probably want the Mets. Do you think the Browns won today in the NFL because of Q's acquisition being dropped as well? I mean, I guess. This is probably the only Browns win they'll have, I mean, the Browns winning, it's not even a preseason game. You can probably tell that I have not much love for the Browns. But, it's not a big deal. I didn't, when I saw both Judkins and Braun, I'm like, okay. It's a non-mover for me. Need the Mariners to fall off. Yeah, no Lancaster. I remember him seeing on his story a few weeks ago, the Rangers back. Well, you know what? No, they're not. They are not back. They're not back. Would be cool to see them, of course, in the playoffs, but I don't know. They need some more offense. This is Francisco Lindor at the plate as Elder kicks and deals. That's going to be in there, but it's not called a strike. 91 on the inside corner, so 1-0. Lindor batting .245, OPS of .743, 21 homers and 64 RBIs on the season. Here is the 1-0. That is upstairs ball 2. Little fun fact here, Lindor is 4 for 7 in his career against Elder. 2-0, here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Not going to lie, Browns have a shot to be 11-6. That is your hot take of the year. That's definitely a hot take. 2-1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a chopper, and that is going foul. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Did you see the Braves come back last night? I heard about it. I didn't see it. I heard about the Braves comeback. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to second. Alves throws to first for out number 1. To be honest, though, I have a hot take, probably just as crazy. Well, maybe not just as crazy, but my hot take, because I had to change up the division winners, because my original predictions had Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, and Texans. I'm like, well, I have to change up one. So I elected to go with the Texans being removed, and I picked the Jaguars to win, because, you can't just pick the same division winners. Soto's going to bunt, and that one is going foul. Oh, my goodness, Soto. Trying to do something, I guess, to get on base. He's batting .251, OPS of .878, 29 homers, and 69 RBIs. Ideally, you'd like to see a little bit more RBIs, but he can only control what's in front of him. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Just hard hit. Second baseman, shortstop couldn't do nothing. Really, the shortstop had no play. It was more the second baseman. Albies kind of. But again, that was just hard hit. Crack of the bat. That will bring up Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo batting .251, OPS of .762, 20 homers and 66 RBIs. You just don't like J-Rod. Why? J-Rod's awesome. Julio's amazing. I mean, he's not amazing, but he's really good. Really good defensive player, I should say. I think that's more of an accurate. Nimmo, by the way, against Bryce Elder in his career, so we have a little bit of delay. It's 1 for 7 with 3 strikeouts. Soto has reached base safely in every game in August. That's, again, he's doing his part, though I'm sure some people would disagree, as Elder sets and fires. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Almost hit Soto. Soto is taken off to third. Throw is in the third. He is safe as it was cut off. So we have runners on the corners with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Now the baseball purist has Pete Alonso having a nice night tonight, and he'll have an opportunity to prove him right. He's batting .272, OPS of .886, 28 homers and 98 RBIs with 2 men on and 1 out. Flacco's close to 2023 Flacco. Close to that 2020. I mean, again, that's a lot of what ifs. That's a lot of what ifs there, ultimate. Here is the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Broncos winning the AFC West. All right, Lancaster. I mean, I'm all for free speech, but I'm all for free speech, but yeah, that's a take right there. 1-0 count. Elder kicks and deals. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Uh-oh. There's 1. And 2. A double play. 2 hits there for the Mets, but nothing doing. We head to the top of the second. It's 0-0 in New York. I see you're calling Sam Houston versus Western Kentucky over Kansas. Yep. I have a little bit different strategy than most people, and that's the only way I'm going to survive for football. Football is going to be pretty tough, and small streamers have to be very picky in what they call. NFL, I'm going to just leave it up to you guys, but for college, I am going to kind of take control in what I'm calling. NFL, though, again, that'll be voted on by you guys. So if you're listening in, by the way, and you are a NFL fan, hey, you may have just heard something that might be kind of cool. I will be calling, of course, every Steelers game, but every single Sunday, you guys will be. I'll be calling a game that was voted on by you guys. So if that sounds good to you, definitely like and subscribe. We'll be having polls every single week. Polls going on Monday. Of course, the cutoff will probably be like Saturday night, so I can make the thumbnail and all that. But yeah, we'll be doing it. Of course, if you're a baseball fan, well, I'm assuming most of you guys are. I've been doing this since opening day. It is mostly Pirates, but of course, as we get closer to the Major League Baseball postseason, I'll be doing teams that are mostly, going to be in the postseason. Tonight, again, there really wasn't much options. The Mets, of course, currently holding on to that spot, but of course, they are kind of struggling as of late. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Of course, again, if you need a play-by-play guy for the Mets, which I know there's plenty of Mets and Braves. I can be a backup option, though, if they're not going to be calling the game. Hey, I'm probably going to be calling it, as I've been here pretty much every day. Every day. Due up for the Braves, it's going to be Harris, Albies, and Brujan. As we are still in commercial breaks, I don't know what in the world is going on. As they're showing a merry-go-round, a carousel, however you want to call it. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Michael Harris, the second, batting .246, OPS of .669, 13 homers and 59 RBIs. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. And that one had the distance, but it is foul. You'll be doing Browns. Yeah, well, hey, good luck with that. That'll be pretty fun. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. What do I have the Browns going again? Browns 6-11. Hey, that's 6 more than I. No, I'm just kidding. 1-2 count here to Michael Harris. As looks like Harris does indeed ask for time. No, he's stepping back in there. There's Senga on the mound. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. Soto couldn't get there in time. So, a leadoff single for the Braves. Anteater Chronicles. Let's go Braves. Well, thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, good luck to the Braves, you know. I mean, it would be an amazing story if they're able to make it in the playoffs. That would be crazy. As Senga sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit, and that is going foul. Of course, I don't think that's going to happen. They have, I think, just a game or two better record than the Pirates. So, yeah, I don't really know what happened this year. Ozzie Albies at the plate, batting .222, OPS of .616, 9 homers, 44 RBIs. Well, that's part of it right there. Albies having a little bit of a down year. Senga sets, kicks, and fires. That is outside for ball one. Throw to second, and he is safe. Harris takes second with ease. SJ, how's it going? Going for New York. That is interesting considering you're a Giants fan. Of course, I'm not talking about the New York Giants. I'm talking about the San Francisco Giants. And I'd imagine the San Francisco Giants will be pulling for the Braves here. Interesting. Yeah, just, Harris, he was just taking a huge lead over there. Here's the 1-1 Albies. That's going to be low for ball two, 89 down below. So already a runner on second with nobody out here in the top of the second. 0-0 is the score in New York as Senga sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going foul. Oh, you're going to New York. My bad. I guess for some reason I translated 2 to 4. My bad. That is on me. 100% on me right there. It's like a receiver dropping a wide open pass. That's on me. It's obvious. It's on me. 2-2 count. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is going out of play. Why does school have to start before week 0? Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Hey, school is the easiest part of my life. It was very much easy. 10 years removed of school. Oh, man. 2-2 count. Senga looks back. Looks back again. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Albies. All right, with one out here in the second, that'll bring up Vidal Brujan. Brujan is batting .240, OPS of .604, no homers and 3 RBIs. Of course, he only has 50 at bats on the season. Senga rocks, sets, looks back at Harris, kicks and fires. That's going to be just outside for ball one. Taking United, okay. You doing Baylor or versus Auburn or Colorado versus Georgia Tech? Neither. 1-0 count. Senga looks back and fires. That's going to be a tapper, and that is going foul. I am doing neither. For the first week, I know I'm doing Pittsburgh Duquesne because obviously I'm Pitt, so I'm trying to build the Pittsburgh fan base here. And then the other one, I don't know. That's a tough one. I also have a fantasy football draft later that night. That's my league I've been a part of since 2013, since I was in high school. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a called strike. So 1 and 2. So I can't do anything in the evening. I don't know. I could probably do a late game, like one of the 10 o'clock, like the Pac-12 or the Big Ten Pac-12, Mountain West. 1-2 count here as Senga kicks. Oh, I thought he was, my bad. Now he kicks and fires. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. He struck him out. Brujan looking up at the screen. That was well inside the plate. And that'll bring up Nacho Alvarez. Alvarez is batting .218, OPS of .608, no homers and 2 RBIs. Again, a runner on second, but Braves haven't been able to move him over as Senga sets and fires. That's going to be upstairs, but it's called a strike. The Mets getting a call. There's bringing out the chrome helmets. Yeah, I saw it. You should do some San Jose State. Hey, you never know. Like I said, for college, I'm going to have to play the game, play the YouTube a little bit differently. 0-1 count. Senga looking back at Harris. And fires. That's going to be hit to left center. Mullins, though, is settling under it and makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Mets and Braves are tied at 0 apiece. Once again, folks, if you're a sports fan, definitely like and subscribe. You can probably tell based on the jersey that I'm a Pirates fan. I do mostly Pirates on this channel, but I do bounce around every now and then. And, of course, the postseason will not be featuring my Pirates. So if your team's going to the playoffs, definitely subscribe because I'll be doing a lot of MLB postseason baseball. So definitely do that. Of course, football is going to be a big thing on this channel as well. So definitely subscribe for football. Yes, I know you see the Steelers, and you're like, ugh, another Steelers guy. And I totally understand why you'd think that. But I will be having polls every single week. So, yes, I'll be calling my Steelers. But right after that will be a game that was voted on by you guys. So for week 1, you can look at the 4 games that I can show you if you like. So after the Steelers take care of the Jets, LOL, yeah, I know some of you guys are probably Jets fans. Let's see here. That'll be Titans, Broncos, Niners, Seahawks, Lions, Packers, Texans, Rams. Yeah, you guys will be voting on it. So whatever wins that poll, that's what I'm going to be calling. So if that sounds good to you, definitely leave a like, hit that like button, and subscribe. Thank you guys for even clicking on this live stream. Definitely helps out a lot. Definitely not my Alvarez, this guy. Well, yeah, definitely not the Alvarez. Wait, which Alvarez are you talking about? Going on, Roberts, you do. This guy. All right. Well, I'll let that plug I'll let that plug stay, but try not to plug. Try not to plug. I'm just the little guy here, So don't take from the little guy. All right. Mets due up will be McNeil, Mullins, and Mauricio. Nacho. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Steve. Sorry. My bad. I used to be intelligent, but I haven't really had to use the brain since I've left school. All right, here is the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1. This is Jeff McNeil. He's batting .250, OPS of 777, 9 homers and 35 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going foul. No, I kind of understand what you're saying, Ultimate. 1-1 counts. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Actually, I'm going to remove that. Yeah, you can't do a promo. Literally, Nightbot just said, here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to center. Harris is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Cedric Mullins. Mullins is batting .225, OPS of 724, 16 homers and 53 RBIs on the season. Longtime Oriole, the Mets, of course, trying to make that push as Elder kicks and deals. Oh, he puts a bunt down, but that one is foul. I actually have never seen that movie, Nacho Libre. Never seen it. Don't really watch too many movies. 0-1 count here. Cedric Mullins, since joining the Mets, 6 for 33. Batting .182, so a little bit of a rough time in New York. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 0-2 count to Mullins, as Mullins is actually going to ask for time. Mullins steps back in. Elder kicks and fires. That's in the dirt. Ball 1. Should I? Yeah, I might. I don't know. Been a lot, very busy, with the job and then, this. And then, of course, just personal life, all that stuff. Elder sets and fires. That's going to be low for ball 2. Mullins working it from 0-2 to 2-2 as they show the NL East standings. Again, the Mets 5 games back. So I guess that's something that's pretty good for the Mets. Despite the struggling, they're still only 5 games back because that's going to be hit to left, and that is foul. So, yeah, the Mets still with a chance to still take the division. I know it seems pretty grim right now, but 5 games back with still plenty of time to go as that's going to be popped up, and that is going foul. No, I understand Ultimate. 2-2. Here is the pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball 3. So Mullins 0-2 to 3-2. Doing a good job working the count. Again, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. 0-0 is the score in New York as the Mets again trying to get back on track. Braves looking just to be a spoiler. 3-2. Here is the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Mullins stares at the plate in disbelief. As that'll bring up Ronnie Mauricio. He's batting .234. OPS of .709, 6 homers and 10 RBIs on the season. 2 outs. Elder kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Pryor, Lopez, Murphy, Hewley, and Jim Jeffries. Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm not much of a pop culture guy. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. My pop culture is Star Wars and DC, the comic books. 0-2. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Both those have seen better days. Nothing doing there for the Mets, so we head to the top of the third. The score is still 0-0. Mets are cooked, but let's go Mets. We got 2 teams trying to best each other in most interesting ways to lose. Yeah, so far, the Mets, again, they've had chances. The Braves had a nice start to the second inning, just couldn't take advantage. Just couldn't take advantage. Once again, folks, if you're a sports fan, definitely press that like button. Do it right now, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Plenty of baseball and football on this channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, if you're just a sports fan, definitely press that like and subscribe button as we're closing in on 500 subscribers. Again, it is free, so if you're like, well, I don't want to pay a dime. I don't want to pay this random dude any money. You don't have to. It's actually, you won't be sent a bill by anyone, YouTube or me. I'm just that nice of a guy. From scores across Major League Baseball, we have the Orioles defeating the Mariners 5-3, so Lancaster Studios likes that. Blue Jays have defeated the Cubs 2-1. Currently happening, the Phillies and Nationals tied at 1 apiece. The Mets and Indians are tied at 3-3 in the top of the 4th. And let's see, the Tigers and Twins just now getting started in Minnesota. It is 0-0. And once again, folks, if you're a sports fan, definitely press that like button and subscribe button. Definitely a lot of sports, baseball and football on this channel. And, of course, I'll be doing the postseason. So if you're looking for a home for the postseason, hey, look at me. I can be your guy. Some people would say Huckleberry, but I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. All right, still a commercial break, but Allen will be leading off to start the top of the third, followed by Profar and Olsen. We're still in commercial break. I don't like... it is what it is. Allen is batting .223, OPS of .544, 0 homers and 19 RBIs, as Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be inside ball one. They just immediately cut to them, and he was about to pitch. 1-0 count to Nick Allen. Looking for his first home run of the season. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. 1-1. Yeah, 40-37. Nice. Good stuff. I got Nats first innings plus 1.5. Okay. Here is the 1-1. That is outside for ball 2. Breaking ball that just stayed outside the whole way. 2-1. as Senga sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be upstairs, ball 3. The number 9 hitter looking to get on here. A lot of Alonso jerseys. Of course, it's Alonso giveaway or jersey giveaway night or something like that. Here's the 3-1. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2, 93. Well inside, but it looked good to Allen. As it's a 3-2 count, and it looks like Allen is going to ask for time. 3-2 count. Browns have now signed 7 widely considered top 100 prospects for the 2025 draft, barring 8 when Q signs. Here is the 3-2. That's going to be hit to right center. McNeil kind of calling. No, Soto's going to call off McNeil, who makes the catch for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Jurickson Profar. It's batting .244, OPS of 771. 6 homers and 19 RBIs on the season. He wheels and deals. I need to say wheels and deals. I say kicks and deals. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 66 on the gun. Oh and 1 count. Senga wheels and deals. That is inside for ball 1. Wheels and deals. I like that. Lowest ERA this season, Senga in 3rd, despite, ERA kind of as of late going up. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. But to be honest, a lot of pitchers' ERAs have been climbing a little bit. As it's 1-2 to Profar. Profar again 0 for 1 on the day. As Senga sets, kicks, and fires. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Froze him. That's his 4th strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Matt Olson. Matt Olson. He is batting .261, OPS of 814, 19 homers, and 71 RBIs. As Senga kicks and deals, that's going to be just outside ball, and Senga wanted the call. Olson is 0 for 1. You go to New York, should you buy a Pete Alonso jersey? Hey, if it's on sale, I would buy any jersey. 0-1 count. Senga fires. That is outside for ball 2. .66 miles per hour caught looking. Yeah, no, it was kind of, I don't know. It was nice. It was a nice pitch. 2-0. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to second. That's going to get through for a base hit. That was hard to hit. McNeil had no chance despite being practically right there. So a 2-out single for the Braves. And that'll bring up Drake Baldwin. He has been very impressive as a rookie. Batting .288, OPS of 827, 13 homers and 52 RBIs. He's 1 for 1 on the night. Senga wheels and deals. That's going to be hit to center. And Mullins makes the catch for out number 3. Look at me stumbling on my words. Unbelievable. All right, we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Nothing doing. Zeros all on the scoreboard. Can you say shoots and fires? No, I'm not going to do that. No reason to do that. I do sets and fires, like setting fires. Gotta go. Best luck stream. If you're not live tomorrow, same point. Okay, I got you. I do plan on doing the Pirates, so I'm busy like all afternoon. Like I work pretty much from like noon to like late at night, so I'm not getting home until late tomorrow. And I'll be doing, I believe it's Dodgers Padres. I can't remember. So normally I would be doing the Pirates game, but again, if life throws you a curveball, you adjust. What the heck? Once again, folks, if you're a sports fan, definitely press that like button. Hit it right now. Press that like button and subscribe button. A lot of sports on this channel. Of course, I'll be doing MLB postseason play. Hopefully, I see you Mets fans there. Again, I'll be doing it all the way through the World Series, and of course I'll be doing plenty of football. It's not just Steelers. And the shortened version is you'll be voting on the other game I do every Sunday. So definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. You won't see? Okay, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's just, I work all this around my job. So the job is working around this, and this is working around the job. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Can you say shoot? I can, but I don't know why. No, I don't think I'll say. There's no reason to say that in baseball, I don't think. No, cannot do that either. All right, due up for the Mets will be Beatty, Torrens, and Lindor. Again, zeros on the scoreboard in the bottom of the third inning. Mets, again, they have been struggling. I'm sure Mets fans know about it. Looking for a bounce-back performance. So that'll bring up Brent Beatty. Brent Beatty batting .236, OPS of 714, 13 homers, and 38 RBIs. All right, SGA, look, buddy. You're going to have to chill out for a second. So we're gonna go ahead and put you in timeout. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going foul. Well, maybe I can't. I don't know. 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be upstairs. 1-1. 1-1 count to Beatty. As Elder kicks and deals. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. Cannot spam the chat. Do not spam the chat. 2-1 count. Elder sets and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So 2-2 count. And Beatty's going to ask for time. The young third baseman hasn't really had the career he's been expecting. So far, this is his best season. Here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt, ball 3. So you look at his stats. Again, it's been a kind of a rough start to his young career. But, hey, maybe he's figuring out. Again, highest OPS, most home runs. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be low for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Mets. And that will bring up Luis Torrens. Torrens is batting .216, OPS of 587, 2 homers, 16 RBIs. Brandon, how's it going? I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. As always, we got Braves and Mets as Elder sets. And a pickoff attempt, but it looks like Beatty is back safe and sound. Again, a runner on first here in the bottom of the third. Nobody out. The catcher, Torrens, the number 9 hitter at the plate. Elder delivers. That's in there for a called strike. 92 on the outside corner. Lindor is on deck. It's always a good bat to have. Waiting his turn. 0-1 count here to Torrens. Elder looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Tosses a second. There's 1 and 2. A double play. That is a killer. And that'll bring up Francisco Lindor all of a sudden with 2 outs. That'll, again, he's batting .245, OPS of 742, 21 homers and 64 RBIs on the season. Astros won yesterday. I'm not too sure what you meant there, Brandon. I'm sorry. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. So showing the replay here is honestly, yeah, high throw. Olsen to make a nice stretch as that's way upstairs, ball 2. You're watching the first 5 cash. Nice, but it was sweaty. Need a break there. We go ahead. Take a clock out real quick, Steve. You're good. You did some good work. You can clock out for a little bit. 2-0 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right center. Harris at the wall. Leaps. Can't make the catch. It is gone. 2-out home run for Francisco Lindor. A solo shot puts the Mets ahead 1-0. Harris, it looked like he really mistimed the jump. That ball just went over as Lindor gives the Mets the lead 1-0. That'll bring up Juan Soto. He's batting .253, OPS of 881, 29 homers, and 69 RBIs. Zelder kicks and deals. That's outside ball one. I kind of butchered the call there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. He's an Astro. Okay. Steve, go Mets, go. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. Chopper to short. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 3. But Francisco Lindor giving the Mets a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the 4th. 1-0 Mets. Looking at some scores from across Major League Baseball. The Orioles leading the Mariners 5-3. Blue Jays lead the Cubs, or no, they defeated them. Blue Jays over the Cubs 2-1. Phillies leading the Nationals 2-1. I was thinking about the Phillies Nationals for some reason because Steve had brought it up, and then you guys hopefully understand. Marlins leading the Indians 4-3 in the bottom of the 4th, and the Tigers and Twins 0-0 in Minnesota. Of course, the other game tonight, Diamondbacks and Rockies have yet to begin. That'll start in less than an hour. Once again, folks, if you're a sports fan, definitely press that like button right now and definitely subscribe to the channel. If you are enjoying the stream, if you're ready for playoff baseball, this is what I'll be doing. Definitely do that. Definitely be here again. We're kind of growing a little bit. So appreciate you guys for even clicking on this live stream. I know there's a lot of Mets and Braves streamers out there. Just kind of doing a game because, the Pirates aren't playing, and it had been a while since I've done a Mets and Braves game. Well, the Braves I think I did a few weeks ago, but the Mets, it has been a while. But I'm glad to do it. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know, again, there's a lot of competition, but here's my line of work if you're able to. I've never seen you before, Dr. Delay. No, I've been here since opening day, and no plans of stopping anytime soon. I already have plenty of streams lined up, so definitely join me if you're a sports fan. Definitely do that. If you're not a sports fan, I guess I understand, but hey, you're watching. So you have to be. Ozuna, Harris, and Albies will be due up for the Braves. So we're still in commercial break over on my end, but oh well. Ozuna. It's batting .239, OPS of 798, and Senga's already on the mound. There we go. Yep. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low, but that's called a strike. Below the zone, 89. That was at his shins. 20 home runs and 59 RBIs on the season. 0-1 count. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is foul. 84-mile-per-hour forkball as Ozuna stares at a 0-2 count. As Senga sets and fires. Oh, that was on the outside corner, but it was not given a strike in Ozuna. I don't know what's happening there. Ozuna and the catcher kind of sharing a word there. 1-2 count. Senga sets, kicks, and deals. That's just upstairs for ball 2. Christopher pulling for the Braves. Yes, Christopher, a Reds fan, so definitely would like to see a Mets loss. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Just inside ball 3. The catcher standing up a little bit. Again, that one was inside, but I can tell the catcher not a fan of the calls. And he did just get a call earlier, but There seems to be a little bit of annoyance here. 3-2 count. Senga sets and fires. That's going to be hit to center. Mullins booking it on the run. Sliding catch for out number 1. Nice play by Mullins. Had to turn on the Jets for that one. That'll bring up Michael Harris II. He's batting .247, OPS of .672, 13 homers and 59 RBIs. Called Dr. Lays because he's a doctor in the medical field and he's always in a delay. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I would say that's actually not true. I mean, I seem to be in a delay sometimes as Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that one is foul. I'm not a doctor. No, I'm not a doctor. The name has other, I don't know. I mean, it's really just, it's a dumb story, but it is what it is. 0-1 count. Harris is 1 for 1 on the night. As Senga sets and delivers. That's in the dirt ball 1. 1-1 count. Here is the 1-1. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2. 79-mile-per-hour curveball. He was way out in front of it. It's a 1-2 count. As we begin to show every single thing except for the game. Love when they do that. My favorite part. 1-2 count here. Senga sets and delivers. That is in the dirt. Did kind of attempt to swing, but he did pull back. That one was well in the dirt outside. 2-2 count here. Top of the 4th. 1 out. Mets leading 1-0. What's up, Chris? I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there, covering some Mets and Braves as Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. Beatty jogging on over, but that's going to be out of play. That'll be a souvenir. How are you doing, Chris? Hopefully your day was well. 2-2 count. Senga at 59 pitches. As Senga doesn't like it, now he sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 5 strikeouts now for Senga, and that'll bring up Ozzie Albies. Albies is 0 for 1. He is batting .221, OPS of .615, 9 homers, and 44 RBIs. Senga sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Tomorrow, Reds start a 3-game series against the Brewers. Yes, I do know that. That is, I plan on doing, I think it's a doubleheader on Saturday, and the Reds-Brewers is the plan for the second game. 0-1 count. Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. Soto on the run. That one is gone. Senga can't believe it, as Albies hits his 10th home run of the season, and he ties it up here in New York as Soto looks through the fence. He's also in disbelief. It's like, I can't believe the ball went through it. Can't believe it went over it. Nah, that's more accurate. 1-1 is your score. Lindor hits his with 2 outs, and Albies hitting his with 2 outs as well. That'll bring up Vidal Brujan, batting .235, OPS of .592, no homers, and 3 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 89 below the zone. Doing great. So glad to be done with work. I hear you. I hear you. 0-1 count. Senga delivers. That's going to be hit to left. But Nimmo is there to make the catch for out number 3. The Braves retaliate with a solo shot of their own as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It is 1-1. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, if you're a sports fan, definitely press that like button. And a super thank you if you haven't done so already. Definitely subscribe to the channel. It's free. Won't cost you a dime. A lot of baseball on this channel. Of course, I'll be doing a lot of postseason, MLB postseason, specifically in the NL. I've just happened to do a lot of NL games this year, so I figure might as well keep that going. And, of course, if you're a football fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. It's not just the Steelers channel. We'll be having polls for the other NFL game I cover. Pardon me. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. I mean, if you're a sports fan, press it right now. You should do it. Highly recommend it. Go Braves. I'd love to if the Mets missed the playoffs. Well, yeah, I mean, right now they've been struggling again it's been more than 10 games. With the last 10, they're 2-8. I know those struggles are a little bit more than that. As for the Braves fans here, well, I mean, it's been a rough year. 52-68, definitely not the year you guys were expecting. I'm sure you guys, though, will be back next year. I just know it. Braves are usually a consistent organization. It's just a rough year. I think 2026 will probably be a much better year. As again, it's 1-1 here. Nimmo, Alonso, and McNeil are going to be due up to begin the bottom of the fourth. Nimmo coming to the plate. He's batting .252, OPS of .764, 20 homers, and 66 RBIs on the season. As Elder's had a pretty good performance. We talked about his ERA earlier. It's a 6.03 live. That is his live ERA. Entered the game, I think, in the mid-sixes, so not too shabby, as Nimmo's going to ask for time. Didn't even take a pitch yet, and he's asking for time, as now he's going to step back in. Nimmo's 1-for-1 on the night. As Elder kicks and deals. That's upstairs for ball one. 1-0 count here. 1-1 is your score as Elder gets the sign, kicks, and fires. That's in there for a called strike just below the knees. A little bit of a favorable call there. As it's 1-1 count to Nimmo. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike again, just below the knees. So it could be 3-0, but it's 1-2. I imagine he may attack that zone again. As Elder kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. I don't know if it's in play. I don't think it's going to be, so we'll do this again. Elder at 42 pitches. Pretty solid pace. Pretty solid pace for him. So showing an interview in the press box. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Breaking ball below the zone. Nimmo turning back, probably saying something about that. Some of those locations. That will bring up Pete Alonso. He's 0-for-1, grounded into a double play earlier. Batting .271, OPS of .885, 28 homers and 98 RBIs. Elder sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is out of play. So an 0-1 count to Pete Alonso, the first baseman. The cleanup hitter here is the 0-1. That's going to be in there, but it's not called a strike because Baldwin couldn't make the catch. Probably fooling the umpire a little bit. 1-1. Elder kicks and deals. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Breaking ball in the dirt. Showing the most home runs in the NL East. Schwarber at 42, Soto 29, Alonso 28, James Wood at 25. Really solid. As that's going to be chopped foul. Wood with again, I think he's a rookie if I recall. Maybe he's not. Very young player, very promising. 2-2 count to Pete Alonso. Elder delivers. That's going to be once again chopped foul. So we'll do this again at 2-2. Again, one out here on the bottom of the fourth. Nobody on. 1-1 is your score. As Elder kicks and fires. That is in the dirt, ball 3. Alonso working it full. Showing the out-of-town scoreboard. Phillies up on the Nationals 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Schwarber with an RBI double in the 5th. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 93 on the gun. Blew it right past him. That will bring up. Where there we go. Jeff McNeil batting .249, OPS of 775, 9 homers and 35 RBIs. McNeil is 0 for 1 on the night. As Elder delivers, that is outside for ball 1. The polar bear. I wanted to say the panda, but I like it. That's not him. That's Pablo Sandoval. The polar bear. That's right. 1-0 count. Elder delivers. That's going to be hit to right, but Brujan makes the catch for out number 3. McNeil can't believe it. Brujan had to make a nice little run there. Nothing doing there for the Mets. We head to the top of the 5th. The score is still 1-1. Of course, thank you guys so much for clicking on this live stream. Again, I know there's a lot of Braves and Mets play-by-play guys, so I appreciate you guys so much. If you're not subscribed already, definitely press that subscribe button. Also, everyone, press that like button. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. Lets YouTube know, hey, this guy seems to be doing a decent job. They like it, so we're going to push him up a little bit, despite him being a small-time streamer. So, yeah, definitely do that. And, again, thank you guys for just clicking on the live stream. It really does help out the channel. But, yeah, super thank you if you're able to press the like and subscribe button. Again, I'll be doing a lot of baseball. Been doing it since opening day. A lot of Pirates, but I do bounce around, as evidenced by tonight's game and tomorrow night's game, of course. You know, if life says I can't call a Pirates game because, you know, whether work or whatnot, I'll still try to find another game to put on this channel. So definitely do it. Definitely subscribe. And, of course, playoff baseball is just right around the corner. Hopefully the Mets make it, but you never know, I guess. You never know, but I'll be doing playoff baseball regardless. So, hopefully I see you guys there. The Cubs gifted the Brewers with a loss today. Oh, yeah, they did. They lost to the Blue Jays. Can the Pirates get some wins off the Cubs? Probably not. Due up for the Braves will be Alvarez, Allen, and Profar, as we are a few moments away from beginning in the 5th inning. And as always, feel free to chat down below. As long as you keep it reasonable, hey, that is okay. That is fine with me. I try to read as many comments as possible. Talk about whatever you like. Preferably sports related, but hey, you know, you can talk about whatever you want. Of course, I do have a poll. Feel free to let me know what you think. The Mets seem to be collapsing. Will they make the playoffs? Currently 1 game up on Cincinnati. As here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike to Nacho Alvarez. 22 votes in, 59% of you guys say yes, they're going to turn it around. No is 41%. They have lost all confidence. As Senga sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right. Soto makes the catch for out number 1. That will bring up Nick Allen. He's batting .222, OPS of 542, no homers and 19 RBIs. As Senga kicks and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike. How long have you been doing this for? With how good you are? Oh, I don't know about that. I'd say at least 5 years. Not really long at all. As here's the 0-1. That's in there for a called strike. You want the Reds in the playoffs? Well, they could be, Christopher. They could very well be. If the Mets continue to not play up to par, the Reds could take that spot. But, yeah, no, so actually my first thing I've ever broadcasted was last year for high school football, which I'll be doing again. As here is the 0-2 to Allen. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the breaking ball. could not hit a ball in the dirt. That is pretty hard to do. That'll bring up Jurickson Profar. He's batting .242, OPS of 766, 6 homers and 19 RBIs. But yeah, no, the first thing I've ever broadcasted, which, you know, I got paid $50 a game to do it for the local high school here. I would broadcast the, for a local network, I'd broadcast the high school football games. That's my first ever broadcasting. Here is the pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike one. That one was in the dirt. Profar's 0 for 2 on the night. But I'll be doing that again this year. So, yes, Friday nights you won't see me on here. I'll be sure to show you guys, hey, what everyone else is streaming. I have some recommended channels that are, you know, do a great job. But every other day you'll see me. As here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss, strike two. So I do that just for, of course, that football. And I work at a radio station, but I'm not on the air. I really just do the commercials. So I'm kind of like a part-time thing there. And I'm the backup sports guy there. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be in the dirt, ball one. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just about to approach the 1-year anniversary of just doing a actual broadcast. As far as YouTube, I really started, with the March Madness. 1-2 count. Senga kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is just foul. I think I did I think I did the Steelers Wildcard game. And I had no idea what I was doing. But hey, that was fun. But yeah, pretty much as far as doing this consistently, since I would say March. But broadcasting in general, just under a year, about to hit the 1-year anniversary. We're going to do a Friday night game, I think, in 2 weeks. 1-2 count. Senga sets and fires. That's going to be hit to second. McNeil walks it over, tosses it over for out number 3. Nothing doing. For the Braves, we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 1-1. Salvador, hi, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by, man. Hopefully all is well with you. Appreciate you. Reds still have three games with the Mets. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do. Again, it's tough to I don't know. I don't know how far ahead, like how that's going. Especially, I think that's, if I remember correctly, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do any of those games because Fridays, again, I'll be doing broadcasting for the local high school. So Friday nights I can't do anything. And, and especially if I'm working at the radio station that earlier, then I'll be busy the whole day. Yeah, no, once football season is here, I'm going to be busy with that and then this. So I don't know. Weekends for baseball is going to be pretty tough. But, again, I will be prioritizing, football. But if I can get a baseball game like that Saturday afternoon, like Sundays, probably not going to happen. But Saturdays, I can probably do like a college football game at 11. And if there's a really good baseball game that afternoon, I'll probably call a baseball game. Just, we're kind of thinking about Zach and Jim. I have no idea what you're talking about, Draven. Zach and Jim on. Draven, I'm going to probably mod you soon just so I can. I'm also probably going to mod Sean. That way the OGs can kind of stand out. I think you have a real future as a sports broadcaster. You're just a natural. I try. I do stumble on my words still, but I do appreciate you. I really do. It'd be nice to do this for a living. I really would love to do it. Just like, actually, with the living, comfortable, like a middle class type of salary. But I don't know. You need a degree pretty much to work at the big networks. So I don't know. Unless I just really pop off on here and that might attract their attention. I don't know. But then again, I'd be like, I don't want to abandon this. This is actually pretty fun. As here is the pitch to Mullins. That's outside, ball one. Mullins 0 for 1 of the night, batting .224, OPS of 722, 16 homers and 53 RBIs. As here is the 1-0. That's going to be hit to center. Harris is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. I've actually already been thinking that if for some reason I'm offered, they would, it's pretty unrealistic. But if for some reason like a network like CBS, Fox, NBC, whatever, offers me, I'd be like, you know what, I'll do it, but multicasting onto my YouTube channel. Can't obviously show the game, but get the audio at least. That'd be pretty cool. Thinking about you guys already. Future me is thinking about future you. As here is Mauricio. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 92 on the inside corner. Mauricio is batting .232, OPS of 704, 6 homers and 10 RBIs. As Elder kicks and deals, swing and a miss, strike 2. 92-mile-per-hour fastball. Not really a fast, super fastball anymore, Obviously, you see pitches going in the hundreds now. But Elder, again, doing a good job mixing up his speeds tonight, and he's really had a pretty good performance. September 4th, Yeah, no, I'm ready for football. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going out of play. Elder's ERA, I believe, entering the game was like a 6.3, if I recall. He has struggled. But a really good performance tonight. 0-2 count. Elder fires. That is upstairs for ball 1. One and two counts. 88 degrees in New York. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Had him fooled with the slider. Again, he's doing a great job at mixing up his locations, his speeds. Elder looks really good tonight. Considering his ERA for the year, I was thinking the Mets this would be a great bounce back performance for him. But we'll see. They might have to wait for the bullpen, as this will bring up Brett Beatty. He's batting .236, OPS of 716, 13 homers, 38 RBIs. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, nobody on. Score is 1-1 as Elder delivers. That's going to be hit foul. The Mets have 6 series before they play the Reds. Okay. Yeah, don't forget the little guy. Oh, I'm going to be so famous. 0-1 count. Elder delivers. Checked his swing. Did not go. Ball 1. Doctor, we have decided on the other NCAA games beside K-State and Penn State. This guy. Have you? Here is the 1-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So I may have made a little bit of a change, and I feel bad. I'll probably announce that very soon. But as far as college football, I don't think I will be doing polls for college. NFL, yes, that is 100% happening. College, I will have to actually pick the games for that. And I can tell you why after this pitch. 1-2 count. Elder delivers. That is upstairs, ball 2. So the reason is the only way I'm going to survive for football season, because football is really hard to broadcast. Like, pretty much everyone's going to watch Grossi, like the big guys, right? And it is what it is. Here's the 2-2. Tapper right back to the mound. Elder takes it to the bag, tosses it to Olsen for out number 3. Nothing doing there. Once again, it's 1-1 as we head to the top of the 6th. So, yeah, I'm pretty much going to have to pick games that are not going to be popular, but popular in the sense that people probably won't be streaming those games. Like the big streamers, like an example here for college. Week 1. Everyone's probably can think of, what's the big game college football week 1? It's going to be Texas, Ohio State. Everybody in the world is going to be broadcasting that game or doing the game. Me, I'm not going to have any chance. If multiple big streamers want to cover it, I'm going to be, there's no way I'm going to have a chance. So I'm pretty much going to have to, 1, I'm focusing on Pitt, but 2, the other games I'll do will have to be networks that really no one, like everyone's going to have the basic local channels. Not everyone does pay for the extra channels. So like stuff like the ACC network, the Big Ten network, even ESPN Plus. I went ahead and purchased that just in case there's some games on there that I think are appealing, that have a big enough fan base, but again, like who would cover. So for college, I'm probably going to have to pick the games because, or I just put a poll up for you guys to like, hey, pick these games, and be like, well, I don't want to watch those games. I don't know. I might end up doing that anyway, but for football, though, rest assured there will still be polls every single week. But college, I kind of already, again, I'm picking Sam Houston, Western Kentucky 1 because Kansas, again, that's big enough. That's on regular TV. Sanford and Hawaii, that's on regular TV. CBS Sports Network is not on regular TV. That is not a regular channel. So I'm going to be doing that one again. I'm hoping that people, oh, Stanford, that's a big school. Kansas, oh, that's a big school. Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, not really the biggest schools. Not on a local channel. Less competition. That is literally my thoughts for it. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. So, kind of feel bad about it, but football is going to be pretty tough. But again, NFL, you guys will be voting on it. That is 100% happening. As we are returning to action, Senga is on the mound. Olsen at the plate. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball 1. Olsen is 1 for 2 on the night, batting .263, OPS of .816, 19 homers, and 71 RBIs. And Senga kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Would love if you did a Badgers game. Well, I mean, again, I really don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what is in store. I'm sure I will. I just don't know when or what or how many. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be low for ball 2. But no, I don't want to focus. I know that kind of sounds like I was focusing just on the group of 5 or stuff like that. But no, I'm sure I'll be, again, doing some other games. It's just, I don't know. It's going to vary from week to week. Here is the 2-1. That's going to be hit, and that is going foul. So 2-2 count. Like, I know they play, I think they play that opening. Do they play that opening Thursday? The 28th? Or I think, I'm not too sure. 2-2 count here. Senga kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 3. Yep, Cam Miller does great for the Raiders. See him playing college and found out he went to the Raiders. Yeah, no, he was, I think we saw him a little bit. I did Raiders Seahawks. I believe, yeah, he was on North Dakota State, I want to say. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball, and that is foul. The Sam Houston Bearcats. Yep. It's already ready. Already ready to go. I will be doing Iowa State and Kansas State. I mean, that is for sure. And I know everyone's going to be doing that game, but yeah, from the other game though, I'm going to have to do the other game that not many people might have access to. Is here's the 3-2. That is outside ball 4. Olsen working the walk. As that'll bring up Drake Baldwin. Drake Baldwin, the rookie catcher. He's had a really good season, batting .287, OPS of .824, 13 homers and 52 RBIs. Runner on first, nobody out. Senga sets. Deep breath and fires. Ground ball to second. McNeil tosses to second. There's one. Lindor cannot make the play. So just one out there. I'm sure they'll take it, though, as that was the leading runner. And that'll bring up Marcell Ozuna. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out. He's batting .239, OPS of .797, 20 homers and 59 RBIs. Again, a runner on first with one out here in the top of the 6th. Watched 2 North Dakota games, and he was like low-key nasty. Yeah, I think it was the Colorado game I saw him play. He was pretty good. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. I don't remember. I don't know if I saw any of the FCS playoffs. But yeah, no, not too bad. He was not too bad at all. As Senga sets and delivers. Ground ball, and that is just foul. Nice pick by the ball boy over there. Or I should say ball man. As it's a 1-1 count here to Ozuna. Looking for his first hit of the game. Senga sets and fires. Big swing and a miss. He was trying to take the lead there with that swing. 1-2. 1-2 is the count. Senga likes the call. Deep breath. Deep breath again. Sets and delivers. Upstairs for ball 2. 94 on the fastball. Michael Harris is 1 for 2. He is on deck. Senga sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be tapped off the catcher. Catcher taking a little bit of some damage there, and the umpire's going to give him some time to breathe. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, press that like button. That like button right there. The button looks like my thumb. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Plenty of baseball and football on this channel. Plenty of it. Plenty. And, of course, we'll be doing playoff baseball. Senga sets on the 2-2. He's still set and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 83 miles per hour outside the zone. Looked good to him. In reality, it was not. It was a fork ball. What's going on here for Michael Harris? Michael Harris coming to the plate. There we go. Can finally move it. Again, he's 1 for 2. A runner on first with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball 1. 91 on the gun. Batting .247, OPS of .670 on the year. 13 homers and 59 RBIs. 1 for 2 with the stolen base as well for this series. Batting .455. Here's the 1-0. That is in the dirt. Ball 2. So he has enjoyed facing off against the Mets. So they're cutting to a replay on that strikeout. Again, it was a really nice pitch. 2-0 count. Senga rocks, sets, kicks and deals. That is upstairs, ball 3. A little wary of Michael Harris. 3-0 count. Senga is set and fires. Taking all the way, that is right down the middle for a called strike. Senga at 92 pitches. I don't think he'll be making an appearance in the 7th. I don't know. I'd be shocked. 3-1. Senga sets and delivers. Ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is Baldwin. So runners on the corners for the Braves. And it looks like we have I don't know if it's a mound visit or that's going to be it for Senga. I'm not too sure. Looks like that's going to be it for Senga. Doing fist bumps. Pretty solid start. So he gets a standing ovation. But the Braves are threatening here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. Runners on the corners. They'll be right back. I will be right here. So bear with me as we are under a pitching change. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, if you're a sports fan, definitely press that like button and subscribe to the channel. Plenty of baseball on this channel. Plenty of football as well. So if you like those sports, hey, I have good news for you. That's what I cover. That is what I cover. And if for some reason that is not enough and you're like, you know what, Dr. Delay, I like baseball. I like football. But you need to throw in some college basketball to sweeten the deal. You know what? That's fine. I actually do some college basketball as well, specifically like the March Madness and, the specific, the individual conference tournament. So, if that is a deal breaker, I'll be doing that as well, starting college basketball right after football season. So that will be done. So hopefully that sounds good to you. Hey, buddy, you doing the game between the Browns and Eagles Saturday? I thought about it, Southpaw, but unfortunately, no. Not going to be doing any preseason this week. I'll be doing some preseason next weekend. No, I wanted to, but unfortunately, it's just not looking like it'll happen. But yeah, week 3, though, I'll be doing some preseason games, as that'll be the last. Well, shoot, now actually college football starts that week as well with Saturday. But no, I'm sorry. I won't be doing Browns-Eagles. I think I'm doing another baseball game. Let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, I think it's I'll be doing Pirates-Cubs No, wait. Yeah, no, Pirates Cubs. Yeah. Well, I'm doing Pirates Cubs for Saturday and Sunday, and then doubleheader on Saturday, Brewers and Reds. But I'm sorry, Southpaw. Maybe next weekend. I don't know when the Browns play for week 3. Or the Eagles. I can't remember. Okay, thanks. Have a good. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, no problem. Alrighty, new pitcher for the Mets. That is not him. I don't know what I was clicking on. This is Tyler Rogers. Believe it or not, he was a former Pirate. As Rogers delivers, swing and a miss, strike one. 4-4 on the season. Whip of a .91, ERA of a 1.77. Again, Ozzie Albies at the plate. Albies is 1 for 2. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Rogers sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to left. On the run, can't get there in time. It's going to drop for a base hit, and the Braves have taken a lead 2-1. Thanks to Ozzie Albies. Albies had a home run earlier. Now he comes through with an RBI there, and that'll bring up Vidal Brujan, batting .231, OPS of .581, no homers and 3 RBIs. As Rogers sets, looks back at Harris and fires. Tapper right in front of the catcher. He's going to throw to first, gets him by a step for out number 3. But the damage is done. Braves taking the lead as they lead 2-1 over the Mets as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Here are your scores from around Major League Baseball. The Orioles defeated the Mariners 5-3 today. The Blue Jays over the Cubs 2-1. Nationals have taken the lead against the Phillies. I'm sure you guys like the sound of that. They lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The Indians leading the Marlins 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th. The Twins leading the Tigers 3-2 in the top of the 4th. And that is pretty much it. Diamondbacks and Rockies, they are warming up, but they have not yet started. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, if you are a baseball fan or football fan, definitely like and subscribe. Press that like button. Press that subscribe button. Plenty of sports on this channel. If you're a sports fan, this is a great channel for you. A lot of play-by-play with Dr. Lay on this channel. And that is pretty much it. Again, for football, you'll be voting on games. It's not just Steelers. I don't want to scare you guys. Oh, you know, if you're a Falcons fan or a Jets and Giants fan, you're like, ugh, Steelers. Plenty of those guys. Well, again, you guys will be voting on the other window, pretty much the opposite window of the Steelers, every single week. So, yes, I'll be doing Steelers games every week, but I'll also be doing a game that was voted on by the subscribers of the channel. That is you, or potentially you. So definitely subscribe for polls every single week. The first poll will drop September 1st for, of course, that first week 1. So, yeah, hopefully I see you guys there. I don't know if we have a pitching change for the Braves. Doesn't look like it. So Torrens, Lindor, and Soto will be facing Elder, or at least Torrens will. Soto's going to blow it. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. Right now he's got 1. We'll see. Pulling for you, Hammer. Of course, the Mets want Soto to do well as well. As this will, again, bring up Torrens. He's batting .215, OPS of .583. Here is the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. 90 on the gun. 2 homers and 16 RBIs on the season. Elder, by the way, only had 65 pitches. So a pretty good inning, and he can get into the 7th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Do you think the Steelers make the playoffs this year? I think so, Chris. I have some optimism. Optimism I haven't felt as a Steelers fan in a while. I'm sure there's some Mets fans that were Jets fans like, oh, this guy. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball to third. Alvarez throws to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Francisco Lindor. He's 1 for 2. Of course, he has the only run for the Mets tonight. He's batting .246, OPS of 750, 22 home runs, and 65 RBIs. Is Ozuna in the Braves lineup? Yes, he is. He is playing tonight. Hasn't really done much. As Elder kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So a one-out single for Lindor. And that will bring up Juan Soto. Juan Soto is 1 for 2 on the night. Batting .252, OPS of 879, 29 home runs, and 69 RBIs. Again, a runner on first with one out. As Elder rocks, sets, and fires, taking all the way. That's low for ball one. Throw. Oh, the throw's in the outfield. Lindor stalls second. The throw is way off. Lindor is now just 90 feet away from tying it up. Baldwin, again, he's had a great rookie season, but the throw was way off. Again, just taking all the way. Here's the replay. Throw was fading away from Allen, the shortstop, as it just went off his glove. Lindor taking advantage, not only taking second, but taking third. 1-0 count to Juan Soto. RBI double, hey, maybe. That would be huge, as Elder's going to step off. It is getting loud. It is loud in New York. My left ear is going through it. Elder delivers. That's low for ball two. And the Mets have stolen 35 straight bases without being caught. Soto has been really good with bases empty. With runners on, though, he has struggled as it's 3-0. They're definitely pitching around Soto. 3-0 counts. I'd say he still has the green light. Elder rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside for ball four. Hammer doesn't like the sound of that, but the Mets fans will take it, as they'd rather face Brandon Nimmo. Again, those pitches weren't really competitive, as Nimmo is batting .252, OPS of 763, 20 homers, and 66 RBIs. Again, runners on the corners with just one out. Here in the bottom of the sixth, the Braves, of course, leading 2-1. But the Mets are threatening. Nimmo at the plate. Elder looking over at first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. Right at the left fielder. He's throwing home as Lindor is breaking to the plate. Not in time as it's cut off. The Mets have tied it up in the bottom of the sixth. 2-2, and that'll bring up Pete Alonso. So, well, you know, he can't really chase out of the zone, but I got what you're saying, though. It's unfortunate. Alonso batting .271, OPS of 883, 28 homers, 98 RBIs. Lindor was booking it. Luckily, the throw was cut off as Elder looks over at first, sets. Still set. And a pickoff attempt. He is safe. Keeping an eye on Soto. Again, Alonso not having a great night. 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play. Of course, it's his jersey night over there. He definitely would like for him to do well tonight. Elder delivers. Ground ball, and that is foul. Soto was running, but he'll have to retreat back to first. A lot of "Let's Go Mets" chants, showing the young Mets fans chanting and cheering. Let's go Mets. Elder looks over and delivers. That's in the dirt for ball one. Again, Elder's been pitching very well tonight. Mets have been able to finally string some hits together and have taken the lead, or not taking the lead, tying it up with a chance to take the lead. Alonso has that capability as Elder sets and fires way inside for ball two. Jeff McNeil is in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Elder sets and fires. Big swing and a miss, strike two. Soto takes second as the throw was not in time. That's 36 stolen bases in a row. For the Mets, by the way, not Soto. Without being caught. Two and two count. Elder doesn't like the sign. Sets anyway, shaking his head. Doesn't like the sign. He's going to step off. Yeah, kind of saw that coming. Just didn't like what was going on with the pitch, calm or whatever. I wish this chair wouldn't be so squeaky, but it is what it is. 2 and 2 counts. Elder sets on the 2-2. Looks back at Soto. Kicks and deals. That's in the dirt. Ball gets away, but briefly as Baldwin quickly on it, so Soto will have to chill at second. 3 and 2 to beat Alonso. Elder sets on the 3-2. Kicks and deals. Ground ball. Diving attempt by the shortstop. Can't make the play. Soto rounding third, heading for home, and he is going to score. Alonso, RBI number 99 on the year, giving the Mets the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. And there's going to be a mound visit again. Elder has been pitching very well tonight, has had a little bit of a rough sixth inning. But the Mets have finally broken through. A little bit of a mound visit, so bear with me, folks, as there's a brief delay on the field here on Dr. Delay. They're having this little conference, a meeting of the minds, if you will. Allen was so close, the shortstop. Definitely was using all 5'9" of himself to try to make a play there. Doesn't look like they're going to take him out or anything, so Elder will be out there, at least for this batter. Again, Jeff McNeil at the plate, batting .248, OPS of .772. They are warming up Daysbel Hernandez, the Braves reliever. 9 home runs and 35 RBIs. Again, the Mets just have now taken the lead 3-2 as Elder sets and fires. That is going to be low for ball one. One and no count here to McNeil. Sorry, I'm just checking over some things here. 1-0, here is the pitch. Ground ball, and oh, what a play by Albies. Throws to first for out number 3. Albies with an amazing dive. Throwing to first, but the Mets again taking the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-2 as we head to the top of the 7th. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, press that like button. It kind of looks like that. Looks like that, or it looks like this. I don't know. Whatever. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Lots of baseball and football. It is mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around Major League Baseball. And, of course, I'll be doing postseason baseball, so I'm sure, again, if the Mets are able to get in there, I'll definitely be doing a Mets game for sure. So definitely subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. And, of course, football's just right around the corner. I've already done a few preseason games, so no preseason games this weekend. I'll probably be doing some next weekend. But yeah, a lot of NFL, and you guys will be voting for the non-Steelers game every single week. So I'll be doing the Steelers game, but right after that, I'll be calling a game that was voted on by the subscribers of this channel. That could be you. That could be you. You've just got to subscribe, and you'll have access, of course, to the polls, and which that'll start on September 1st. But yeah, appreciate you guys for even clicking on this live stream. That really does help me out a lot. Thank you very much. Scores across Major League Baseball. The Orioles have defeated the Mariners 5-3. Blue Jays over the Cubs 2-1. The Nationals, again, have taken the lead against the Phillies 3-2. Indians leading against the Marlins 5-4. Twins leading the Tigers 3-2. And they are just now starting in Denver, where the Diamondbacks and the Rockies are facing off. It is 0-0 there. Due up for the Braves will be Alvarez, Allen, and Profar, as we're still in commercial break. Again, the Mets have just taken the lead 3-2, thanks to Lindor and Alonso. It's batting .211, OPS of .589, no homers and 2 RBIs. This is Nacho Alvarez. Put me in for an auto vote on Dallas this guy. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. They do have a lot of afternoon games. That is typical Dallas. A lot of 325. And then Sunday Night Football. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside, but it's called a strike. 0-2 to Nacho Alvarez. Hammer, I think you can go and press the vote. You have 5 days to vote from Monday to Friday. Actually, Saturday, because Saturday night's when I cut it off. 0-2 count to Alvarez. Rogers delivers. That's going to be hit to shallow center. McNeil and Mullins booking it. And Mullins will make the catch for round number 1. No blooper single there for Nacho. That'll bring up Nick Allen. Allen is batting .221, OPS of .540, no homers and 19 RBIs on the season. Allen is 0 for 2, looking for his first home run of the season and first hit of the game, as that's in there for a called strike. 84 on the inside corner. Allen has struck out and has flown out. Rogers delivers. That is outside for ball 1. 1-1 count here to Nick Allen. Again, the Mets leading 3-2. As Rogers sets and fires. Ground ball to first. Alonso tosses to Rogers, covering the bag for out number 2. And that will bring up Jurickson Profar. Profar is 0 for 3 on the night. He is batting .241, OPS of .762, 6 homers, and 19 RBIs on the season. Looks like Profar is ready. Rogers is now ready as he sets and delivers. That is outside, but it's called a strike. Favorable call for the Mets. Profar 2 groundouts on the night. He also has struck out. 0-1 count. Rogers delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Can't wait to say Rogers steps back, or Rogers, I don't know, for Aaron Rodgers, of course, Steelers thing. I know probably Jets fans aren't a fan, but hey, you know, it is what it is. A little bit of a delay, by the way, on the field. That's why I'm kind of rambling. As Profar is going to step back into the to the box here. 0-2 count, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Again, the Mets, 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th have given him a 3-2 lead. Here's the pitch. Chopper to third. Beatty bare hands it. Throws up first. Throw is a little bit off. Alonso had to make a diving effort to keep the ball from going way out of play. So a nice defense by Alonso, but Beatty, again, barehanding it. Just couldn't do it. So that's going to bring up Matt Olson. Olsen is batting .263, OPS of .817, 19 homers and 71 RBIs on the season. He had a runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. As I don't know if there's a mound visit or not. I'm assuming there is, as they're showing Ryan Helsley warming up in the Mets bullpen. Yeah, a little bit of a mound visit here. Again, a runner on first. Olsen is 1 for 2. Just recently, you were at 350, the road to 500. Yeah, I know, a lot of progress in the last week, or 2 weeks, really. 2 weeks have been very kind to me. Very kind to me indeed. So I'm excited for next year, for sure. Definitely excited. Thank you, of course, for stopping by, Inzer. We got a good one tonight. Mets Braves, as Rogers looks over at first. Sets. Still set, and delivers. That is outside for ball 1, 83 on the gun. Olsen against the Mets this year is 14 for 37, batting .378 on the year, where he has done very well against the Mets. 1-0 count. Rogers delivers. That's in there for a called strike right down the middle. As it's a 1-1 count. Again, runner on first, 2 outs, top of the 7th. The Mets up 3-2, but the Braves with a chance to get on the scoreboard, as that's going to be a foul tip. And Torrens, the catcher, having a little bit of may have just jammed his hand. Ooh, that is tough. Looks like he's I don't know. He's kind of walking around. He's buying himself some time here. Once again, it's a 1-2 count. Mets again taking the lead in the bottom of the 6th. It's Rogers, looks over at first. Sets. Looks over again. And delivers. That's going to be hit, and that is going foul. 1-2 again. Drake Baldwin is on deck. Baldwin's had a nice night. He's had a nice year again for the rookie catcher. As Rogers sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to center. Mullins barely has to move as he makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Braves. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Mets still lead 3-2. Once again, folks, if you haven't done so already, definitely press that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, I'm assuming most of you guys are, definitely subscribe for more baseball and football play-by-plays with Dr. Delay. Play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, I'll be doing a lot of playoff baseball, so definitely stay tuned for that. And, of course, football. For NFL, you'll be voting on games every single week. College football, I'll be doing college football as well. So definitely so. We'll be doing a lot on this channel. So I appreciate you guys for even just clicking on the live stream. I know there's a lot of Brave streamers and Mets streamers. So again, thank you very much for stopping on by and letting me call this game for you. Let's see here again. The scores from around Major League Baseball. Again, the Nationals coming back on the Phillies, a chance to steal one. They're up 3-2 in the top of the 9th. The Indians leading the Marlins 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th. Twins leading the Tigers 3-2 in the as they head to the top of the 6th. The Diamondbacks scoring 3 runs in the first inning as they lead the Rockies 3-0. The Orioles defeated the Mariners earlier 5-3, and the Blue Jays defeated the Cubs 2-1. Again, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you'd like. I do have a poll. Just kind of curious on what you guys think of the Mets. Again, they seem to be collapsing. Will they make it? Will they make the playoffs? Currently 1 game up on Cincinnati. 59% of you guys think they will. 41% think no. They have lost all confidence. But they're up 3-2 now, so that's what matters. Take it 1 game at a time. And of course, the Phillies, if they lose tonight, and of course the Mets, they hold on, they'll only be 4 games back. They're still in play for the division. As here is the pitch. Again, they're cutting to it late. This is Mullins at the plate. Mullins hits it to left. And it looks like Profar makes the catch round number 1 very quickly. Just cutting back. Had no chance to introduce him. That'll bring up Ronnie Mauricio. He's batting .230, OPS of .699, 6 homers, 10 RBIs, already with 1 out in the inning. As Elder's still out there for the 7th. Here is the pitch showing bunt, and that is pulled back. That's upstairs, ball 1. Mauricio's DHing tonight. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 1-0 counts. Elder at 83 pitches. As there's a little bit of delay there, but we're back. Elder kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. Shallow right. Albies looks like he's under it, calling it off, making the catch for out number 2 very quickly. 2 outs. And that will bring up Brett Beatty. He is 0 for 1 with the walk tonight. He's batting .235, OPS of .714, 13 homers, and 38 RBIs. As Beatty steps in. Again, Elder only at 84 pitches. So we're about to end the 7th inning here. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball way upstairs. Halsey warming up in the Mets bullpen as he looks like he'll be out there for the 8th. Oh and 1 count. Elder kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Breaking ball just below the knees. Oh and 2 count. Elder delivers the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That was quick. 6 pitches. We head to the top of the 8th. The Mets still lead 3-2 over the Braves. I just went over all the scores, so it doesn't really matter if I do so. Once again, folks, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for even tuning in. Definitely thankful for that. Again, I know there's a lot of Braves and Mets streamers out there, so again, thank you so much for just giving this small YouTuber a chance. Hopefully I've done a decent enough job to where you hit that subscribe button for more. Again, we're doing a lot of baseball, a lot of football on this channel. It is mostly Pittsburgh, but again, I do bounce around as evidenced by tonight, tomorrow even. Again, I can't cover the Pirates game tomorrow, so I'll be doing another game. It'll be Dodgers-Padres. That'll be pretty exciting as I'll be busy pretty much all afternoon. As I work, but yeah, I'll be home in time for that. So again, I do bounce around. Of course, I'll be doing the MLB playoffs. So again, if you haven't done so already, definitely hit that subscribe button. Of course, leave a like as well. Appreciate you guys. Due up for the Braves whenever we do return to action is going to be Baldwin, Ozuna, and Harris. And again, the Mets do have, there we go, a new pitcher coming in. This is Ryan Helsley. May remember him from the Cardinals. 3-2 record on the year, 2.93 ERA, has 21 saves, a whip of a 1.43. Whip is pretty high, but if you're not allowing the runs, it doesn't matter. So I'm trying to find the Mets statistics here. ERA is a little bit lower than he was in St. Louis, but the whip is really high. 2.25 ERA, whip of a 1.75. He's 0-1 as a Met. That is your pitcher for the top of the 8th. Again, due up will be Baldwin, Ozuna, and Harris as we are working our way back to New York, where the Mets lead 3-2. Baldwin at the plate, batting .286, OPS of .821, 13 homers and 52 RBIs. Well, hold on. I don't know if this is live or not. They're showing the entrance. We were gone for like 2 minutes, so I assumed we'd be back in action. Okay, no. So bear with me, folks. We still got about a minute and a half until Okay, never mind. We're good. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs, ball 1. They were cutting it. They were acting like that was live. Baldwin again batting .286 OPS of 821, 13 homers and 52 RBIs. LZ sets on the 1-0. Kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike, 99-mile-per-hour fastball. Baldwin is single and is coming around to score. 1 for 3 on the night. Helsley sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to shallow left. Nemo under it and makes the catch for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Marcell Ozuna. It's batting .238, OPS of 795, 20 homers and 59 RBIs on the season. It's 0 for 3 tonight. Fly out, foul out, and a strikeout. As Helsley rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 count. Just been told that the Phillies have fallen to the Nationals. Nationals winning and coming back 3-2 over the Phillies. So the Mets, if they're able to win tonight, they'll only be 4 back of the division. That's going to be low for ball 2. So I know you Mets fans are pretty happy about that. Probably Braves fans too. Probably can't stand the Phillies as well. 2-0 counts as Helsley rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be outside, but it's called a strike. 2-1 count. Ozuna looking for his first hit of the ball game as Helsley rocks, sets, and delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going foul. As the count is 2-2, Helsley, they're complaining about his velocity, saying, hey, normally he's in the 100s, but tonight he's only at 97. Only. Once again, a 2-2 count here to Ozuna. 1 out here in the top of the 8th, nobody on. Mets leading 3-2. Helsley rocks, sets, kicks, and fires. That's going to be just upstairs, ball 3. That one was at 101. On deck is Michael Harris. He's 2 for 3 on the night as Helsley rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Breaking ball. Oh, my goodness. I thought it was a breaking ball. No, that was just a fastball that sailed. And Ozuna's laughing about it. Needless to say, that's ball 4. And again, Michael Harris is 2 for 3 on the night. He's batting .248, OPS of 674, 13 homers and 59 RBIs. So they're showing the Mets schedule, taking on the Mariners this weekend. That'll be a good series. Again, the Mariners looking pretty good in the AL side of things. Again, this is Michael Harris. This series, he's batting .500, 6 for 12. Again, runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Helsley sets and delivers. That's in there for a called strike. 1-0-2. I think he's bringing the velocity now. As it's an 0-1 count to Michael Harris, the second. Helsley rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to center, and Mullins can't track it down and whiffs on it. Oh, and it bounces away from him, rounding third, heading for home. It is a tie game. Michael Harris II has been so good this series. And he continues it here as he's standing at second with an RBI double, tying the game. That'll bring up Ozzie Albies. He's batting .225, OPS of 627, 10 homers and 46 RBIs. White was pinch running for Ozuna, pardon me. He was booking it. Again, a mound visit. And, of course, Mullins reaching for it, couldn't make it there in time, and it just bounced away from him. Just an unfortunate bounce. So Helsley, his struggles continue already. And we talked about his whip as a Met. Was it 1.75? Well, I mean, he's already allowed a walk and a hit. Ozzy Albies 2 for 3 as a solo home run and a single. 2 RBIs on the night. He has had a great night. An opportunity to play hero. As he is stepping up to the plate again. Runner on second. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Helsley on the mound. As he rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is way outside for ball 1 as the Mets fans are starting to groan a little bit. They're showing the replay of Mullins in center, trying to reach for it, just couldn't get there. And again, it took a terrible, terrible bounce for the Mets. 1-0, here's the pitch. That's going to be scooped to right. And that one is off the wall. Soto quickly throwing it into second. Nice throw, but not in time. Harris scores. The Braves have taken a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 8th. Albies was just scooping at it, just getting a bat on it, and it just carried 300 feet. Didn't quite reach the stands, but man, oh man. That's just a golf swing. That'll bring up Vidal Brujan. He's batting .226, OPS of 571, no homers and 3 RBIs. I can imagine Mets fans are thinking, not again. Helsley sets and fires. That's going to be hit to left, but that one is out of play. As the Mets stadium, it's pretty loud, and they don't sound too happy. Brujan is 0 for 3 on the night. Strikeout, line out, and a ground out. 0-1 count. Helsley rocks, sets, and delivers. That's going to be a tapper to first. Alonso will grab it, step on the bag for out number 2. Though Albies is at third. That'll bring up Nacho Alvarez. He's batting .207, OPS of 579. No homers and 2 RBIs. Mets are terrible at keeping the lead, apparently. Helsley rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be right down the middle for a called strike. I don't know if the Mets commentators are ripping Soto. I don't think Soto did anything wrong with how he fielded that. I mean, he played it well off the wall. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, but I think they're ripping it for him. I don't know what in the world for. You'd have to look at the replay again. Maybe later tonight you guys can look at the highlights. But I don't know what in the world he did wrong. There was nothing wrong he did. As looks like Alvarez is going to ask for time. Again, Alvarez 0 for 3 on the night. Staring at an 0 for 2 count. Runner on third, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. The Braves have just taken the lead. 4-3 as Helsley rocks, sets, and fires. That's going to be popped up. Who's calling it? Beatty's calling it. He makes the catch for out. Number 3 as the Boo Birds are down and loud. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Braves lead 4-3 over the Mets. Wow. What a game. What a game. Oh, man. Once again, folks, if you're a fan of sports in general, definitely like and subscribe. Baseball and football. Press that like button. Looks like that. And hit that subscribe button. Plenty of baseball and football on this channel. A lot of Pittsburgh, but of course I'll be bouncing around Major League Baseball. I mean, the Pirates, I can only cover so many Pirates games, of course. one can take so many losses. And, of course, the postseason's just right around the corner. And, again, they won't be there. So I'll be covering who's there. So if that sounds good to you, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Let's see here. Again, the Nationals did come back and defeat the Phillies 3-2. Blue Jays defeated the Cubs 2-1. Orioles over the Mariners 5-3. Currently happening, Indians all over the Marlins 8-4. Tigers and the Twins 3-3 as they head to the bottom of the sixth there. And the Diamondbacks leading 5-0 over the Rockies. And as always, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you like. I do try to read as many comments as I can. Next break, can you give me your picks for tomorrow's baseball games? The Hammer, oh my goodness, I would be the worst person to ask about that. I can tell you this, I usually make my picks if I'm doing anything like that's just a baseball game, because again, baseball's so random. I would just whoever has the lower ERA for the pitcher, that's usually who I pick. Because again, baseball, you never know. You never know how it's going to go that day. New pitcher. We can go over it together. I can do it after the game if you like. I think that would take a little bit longer than a minute and a half. Dylan Lee's the new pitcher for the Braves. He's 1-3, 2.83 ERA, whip of a .96. Last 7 appearances, though, 3.68. So a little bit worse than he's normally been, but that's still respectable. As here is Starling Marte. He's pinch hitting for Torrens. As Lee delivers, that is going to be low for ball 1. Starling Marte on the year. Not too bad for the old man, batting .281, OPS of .779, 6 homers and 23 RBIs for the former Pirates. As Lee sets and fires. Marte pops it up. Allen calling it off, making the catch for out number 1. That will bring up Francisco Lindor. Just picking your brain out. Got a few. Okay, yeah, we can look over it later. Yeah, if you're still here at the end of the game, we'll look at tomorrow's starting pitchers. That's usually what I do. Lindor coming to the plate. He's had a good game tonight, batting .248, OPS of .752, 22 homers and 65 RBIs. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. Lee sets and fires. That's in there for a cold strike at the knees. 0-1 count. Lee sets, kicks, and deals. Ground ball to short. Allen, nice play. Throws to first. Not in time. That was an amazing play by Allen. Lindor running it out, though, for an infield single. Got to give credit where credit is due. Yeah, I'm here till the end. Gotcha. All right, well, I'll be here. Of course, will be here. Juan Soto coming to the plate. He is batting .252, OPS of .880, 29 homers and 69 RBIs on the season. Runner on first, 1 out. Lee delivers. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. It's a lefty on lefty, I should add. Career versus Dylan Lee. He's 2 for 9. All singles. Lee rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Ground ball, and that is foul. So very quickly, 0-2 to Juan Soto. Brandon Nimmo is on deck. Lee looks in, sets on the 0-2, looks over at first, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That is a big out there. I'm sorry, Hammer. I don't think you're going to get what you needed for Soto. That'll bring up Brandon Nimmo. He's batting .252, OPS of .762, 20 homers, and 63 RBIs on the year. Looks like Nimmo, again, calling for time. This is the second time he's done it. Calling for time before he even gets to the plate. 1 for 2 with the sac fly. course, he has an RBI as Lee sets. And a pickoff attempt, but Lindor, he's back safe and sound. As Lindor takes his lead, Lee looks over. Sets. And fires. That's low for ball one. Hardest hit balls, Pete Alonso hit one 110 miles per hour. Man. Lee looks in, rocks, sets, looks over at first, and fires. Big swing and a miss. Strike one, 94 on the radar gun. If you're just tuning in, it's a runner on first, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Braves leading 4-3. Brandon Nimmo at the plate. 1-1 count. Lee kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike two, 85. A mile per hour changeup. Alonso is on deck. He's 1 for 3 on the night. As Lee sets, kicks and deals. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. And the count will move to 2-2. Lee looks in. Looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and delivers. Chopper to first, and that is too easy as Olsen will step on the bag for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Mets. We head to the top of the 9th where the Braves still lead 4-3 over the Mets. Once again, folks, if you're a fan of sports in general, press that like button. Definitely do it right now. Looks like that. Or it might look like this. I don't know which one. Definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. A lot of baseball, a lot of football. Of course, it is, again, I don't want to mislead you. I'm just be straight up. You can see the jersey. It's Pirates. It's a lot of Pirates. But, of course, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. That is how I do it. Just doing it. Just, again, tonight is Braves and Mets. Trisk, what is happening? Help. Are you okay? You can't just say help and then, I don't know. Hopefully all is well with you, Trisk. But again, if you're a football fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. A lot of football happening on this channel. You guys will be voting on what I do for NFL Sundays. Of course, I'll be calling every Steelers game, but you guys will have a lot of say. In fact, all the say on what I call for the second game that Sunday. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Mets. Chop, chop. This guy. I don't know what you're trying to do here. Trisk. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to ignore you. Let me look. Are you like is someone impersonating? Nah, I'm not going to do that. Due up for the Braves will be Allen, Profar, and Olsen. We do have a new pitcher for the Mets, as they did, in fact, get rid of Helsley. Figured he would. Didn't have a good inning. Edwin Diaz will be the pitcher here in the top of the 9th. 5-2 record. ERA of a 1.6, whip of a .93. As again, due up for the Braves will be Allen, Profar, and Olsen. Allen is batting .220, OPS of .539, no homers and 19 RBIs as we are working our way back to New York, where again the Braves lead 4-3. Text error, I got you. Good evening, Sean. How's it going? Tuning in just in time for the ending of Braves and Mets. Top of the 9th, Braves leading 4-3. Braves scoring 2 runs in the top of the 8th to take the lead. As Edwin Diaz will be pitching. Not a save situation, of course. Trying to keep it 4-3. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Allen is 0 for 3. Again, a fly-out, strikeout, and a ground-out as Diaz sets, kicks, and fires. That is upstairs for ball 197 on the fastball. 1-1 count. Diaz sets and delivers. Checked his swing. He went. Strike 2. Bing, let's go Mets. Bing is a big Mets fan. Thank you for stopping by, Bing. Appreciate you. Can the Mets come back? 1-2 count for Allen. As Allen did ask for time, he's stepping back in. Diaz delivers. That's going to be hit, and that is going foul. Extra innings, you think? Okay, Trisk is forecasting extras. Should have brought Diaz in last inning. Oh, buddy, the Mets have figured out another way to blow. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. He struck him out. That'll bring up Jurickson Profar. Profar's batting .245, OPS of .769, 6 homers, and 19 RBIs on the season. Profar is 1 for 4 on the night as Diaz sets and fires. Checked his swing. That one was well inside. He did not go. 91-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Almost fooled Profar. Count is 1-0. Diaz delivers. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Will the Mets rebound and qualify for this year's playoff tournament? Well, 65%. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. I had a poll, pretty much the exact same poll. The Mets seem to be collapsing. Will they make the playoffs? Currently 1 game above Cincinnati. 66% of you guys think yes, they will. They'll turn it around. 34% say no. They've lost all confidence. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. They definitely have the talent, but do they have the execution? 2-2 counts. Diaz sets and fires. Ground ball to second. Oh, it's off McNeil. Pounces on it. Throws to first. Gets him in time for out number 2. A little bit of a scare there, but McNeil is able to handle it. As that'll bring up Matt Olson. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. He's batting .262, OPS of 816, 19 homers and 71 RBIs. Of course, the Phillies did lose earlier, so the Mets, if they are able to come back and win, they'll only be 4 games back, as here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Yeah, they'd only be 4 games back of the division. So, again, everything is still up for grabs. As here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to left. Nimmo making his way over. Will make the catch for out number 3. All right, we will head to the bottom of the 9th where the Mets will have one last chance to tie it up or flat out win it. It's 4-3, Braves leading the Mets as we head to the bottom of the 9th. 66% of your viewers are knowledgeable. Okay. Once again, folks, thank you guys for choosing me tonight as the voice of this game. Appreciate you guys. Again, I know there's a lot of Braves streamers, a lot of Mets streamers, so I do appreciate you guys for letting me be the voice for this one. Again, if you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, make sure to leave a like before you go. And super thank you if you're able to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Again, thank you very much for even clicking on this live stream. But I try. Hopefully you guys like the effort. And, of course, I'll be doing playoff baseball, so I'm sure, again, if the Mets are able to make it in, as they currently hold that number 6 seed, I'll be doing some NL playoff baseball and, of course, the World Series. I say NL because I've pretty much done mostly NL games this year. That's just the way it works. I don't know why, but that's the way it's worked. So hopefully I'll see you there again. I'll be doing football, so baseball season does not mean it's the end for Dr. DeLay. I mean, I'm a big football fan. I love football. That is my number one, so definitely subscribe for more football. And, of course, a poll every single week for the NFL, as I'll be doing Steelers, and, of course, a game voted on by the subscribers of the channels. That could be you. Raziel Iglesias will be out here for the bottom of the 9th for the save. He's 4-6 on the year. 4.25 ERA, whip of a 1.11, 16 saves, and he's had 21 opportunities. Due up for the Mets will be Alonso, McNeil, and Mullins. Going to be a great end to the game. Great doctor, keep doing the NL. Yes, that's just the way it's worked out, Sean. I guess I subconsciously, like you, prefer the NL. I don't know. That's just the way it's worked. Use the 8 ball for the polls, yeah. I haven't done a poll in a while. Been a while. But again, for the NFL season, I promise you, every single week, you guys decide what I call. All right, stepping up to the plate is Pete Alonso. He's 1 for 3. It's batting .272, OPS of .885. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Alvarez throws to first for out number 1. That's not what you wanted to hear if you're a Mets fan. 1 pitch, 1 out. That will bring up Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 3 on the night. He's batting .247. OPS of .769, 9 homers, and 35 RBIs. Career versus Raziel Iglesias. He's 2 for 6. As here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Is Iglesias related to legendary singer Julio Iglesias? I'm going to say no. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2. So very quickly, an 0-2 count to McNeil. Any team can win in baseball. Doesn't matter. I completely agree. Baseball, any given day. It is so random. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that is getting out of play. 0-2 count. Cedric Mullins is on deck. He's 0 for 3. But right now we're focused on McNeil. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Mets down to their final out. Oh, man, again, the Braves scoring 2 runs in the top of the 8th. That may be the difference. Mullins batting .223, OPS of .718. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. 16 homers and 53 RBIs for the man who's 0 for 3 on the night. Iglesias delivers. That's going to be hit to center. Harris jogging over, making the catch for out number 3. The Mets blow it again. They've lost 13 of 15. And the Mets, because of tonight's loss, are now only a half game above the Reds in the wild card. That is not updated. I am very sorry, Mets fans, as you guys are now 64 and 57. Braves moving to 53 and 68 as they're just looking to play spoiler. Gleyber Torres is a bum. The Polar Bear should have taken a pitch. Yeah, no, he just swinging away there. Baseball is predictable when playing the Pirates. That is true, actually, Trisk. Yeah, no, that is unfortunately correct. Very much so. Drats. Reds pick up a game. Yep. You'll throw away your 8 ball. Denny, thank you again. You have a good night. Appreciate you. Again, next Pirates game will be Saturday. I would call tomorrow's game, but I am working all afternoon. Like, it's going to be, I'll be very busy tomorrow. And, of course, I'll be calling Dodgers-Padres tomorrow night. So if you guys are free, I'll be doing another game. Thanks, Sergeant. Sorry, joined so late. Hey, you're good. Jesus, Lord and King. Yes, sir. You have a good night. All right, Hammer, I don't know if you still wanted to go over what games were you talking about. By the way, again, before you guys leave, definitely like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys if you have yet to subscribe. Again, thank you very much for choosing me. If you're not, again, I know if you're a Mets or Braves fan, you have a lot of options, a lot of streamers out there for those two teams. But I appreciate you guys for clicking on this live stream, and hopefully I did a good enough job to where you like and subscribe. Again, I'll be doing playoff baseball, and of course football is just right around the corner. So definitely subscribe. It's not just a Steelers channel, I promise. There will be polls voted on by the subscribers of this channel. So just letting you know, it's a sports channel for you. You might as well subscribe. It's free. It is free. I don't know if Hammer, you're still here. We can look at the games that you had some questions on. Again, how I pick games straight up is really just like whoever's the better pitcher. After the Rangers game. Okay, so So pretty much, okay, well, Mariners and Mets, unless you're talking about after. You are the best. I'm not the best. Well, Mets and Mariners, I know it's going to sound terrible for your Mets fans still tuning in. I'm picking the Mariners tomorrow. Braves. Well, there's really not much work there. I guess I don't know. That one's a toss-up. I wouldn't bet on that one. Good night, Doctor. Have a good. Hey, you as well, Chris. I also, again, I plan on doing Brewers Reds. That'll be the doubleheader Saturday. Oh, I just saw. Let's go. Yeah, hey, you're very welcome, Chris. Again, I try to get at least get a game a day. But yeah, no, Brewers Reds Saturday afternoon. So is Pirates and Cubs. So again, a doubleheader. Hopefully that game will be kind of a quick one, but if it's not, it is what it is. So that is what I offer. And I try to get a stream in a day. So the early. All right, well, I'll do the late games then, since you said it's pretty much. You bid me thank you, Bing. I bid you a delightful night as well. Thank you very much for stopping on by. I'm sorry your Mets couldn't win. Again, I did this game really because there really weren't many options. And I'm like, well, Bing said I hadn't done a Mets game in a while, and he was correct. So, yeah, I'm sorry, though. All right, Orioles and Astros. Well, I would definitely pick the Astros. Holden's very happy. He's a Braves fan. He's been asking about Braves. So it really worked out perfect. Tigers and Twins. Well, there's nobody there. I don't know, Hammer. I don't think this is working. I don't think. Oh, this is for tomorrow. Yeah, no. Yeah, you are asking for tomorrow. Let's see here. Royals, White Sox. I'd go Royals. Really, again, it's just literally that's all I do. I look at who the starter is and whoever the better ERA. Again, you can't really take much for Gill because he hasn't played much, but, Diamondbacks, Rockies. I would bet against the Rockies regardless, whoever was pitching. They're just not good. Angels, Athletics. I would go Angels. Yeah, I'm sorry, Hammer. I'm the worst. Yeah, when it comes to sports betting, I would not trust Dr. Delay. No. Unless it's NFL. Hey, I got you for football season, man. I usually do a pretty good job. Yeah, that'll be pretty fun. That'll be a good series. Mets and Yankees are done. I wouldn't say that, Rob. Thank you for stopping by. But they definitely are struggling. If that's what you're implying, yes. They have struggled as of late, Yankees and the Mets. But, again, they have a lot of talent. I think both of those teams, they'll get it together. They still have 50 games left in the year, maybe just a bit under. Actually, about 40 games, pardon me. They still have about 40 games. But, again, they're still holding down the 6th spot in each conference. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't be saying that the Mets and the Yankees are done. No. Are they struggling? Yes, but again, there's too much talent. They got 40 games and they're still holding one of those spots. But it is what it is, Rockies over the Pirates. Yeah, Rockies and Pirates. If just pretty much pick whoever's playing those two teams. Where's RFK? He's the high roller. I don't know. RFK's been kind of an idiot lately, so I've had to get rid of him. A few times, and I hate to do it, but I got to do what I got to do. He's just got to chill out. He's just spamming. Yeah, no, it was a good night. It was a good stream. Appreciate you, Charles. Yeah, show some again if you're just tuning in. It's not really a post-game show, but again, I just did obviously the Braves and Mets. So appreciate you, Charles. Again, hit that like button and subscribe. Rob, Yankees can't put it together a streak. They can't win more than 2 games. Again, I understand. I understand the frustration. I totally understand. Look at the team that I literally look at them. But again, there's just a lot of talent on those teams, and I just think that more likely the Yankees and Mets will figure it out. They have a month and a half left. I think they're going to be fine. Yeah, I hop out of the streams if the chat is bad vibes. Oh, I totally understand. That's kind of why I'm kind of just starting to, at this point, honestly, I'm kind of way ahead on the subscriptions. We're almost at 500, which is awesome. And at that point, once I hit 500, maybe a little bit after, like, I want to just be straight up like, hey, if you're gonna just chill out, you're gonna be like a normal person. I don't want these dumb trolls and just spamming the chat. Like, I will get rid of you permanently if I have to. I don't want to. I'd love for everyone to be able to enjoy it, but at some point you just got to grow up, That's just the way it is. 100%. No, again, thank you, Charles, very much. And I'm sorry you guys have to witness this negative conversation, but sometimes it has to be done. Next Mets game, I couldn't tell you, Bing, but again, I will be doing playoff baseball. I know that's still plenty, ways away. I do have this weekend already lined up for, again, some Pirates. I have a Brewers game as well on Saturday. Tomorrow, again, I work all day, all afternoon, I should say, from noon to like late. So that's going to be why I'm doing Padres-Dodgers, because, I have to do a late game. Mets, I'd have to see. I'd have to look at the schedule. If I do a Mets game, they have to be playing pretty much a solid opponent. That's kind of the goal. If I'm not doing Pirates, then I'm doing some games that, both of them are in the playoff picture, or both are battling, or one of them is battling for the playoffs, So that's kind of how I'm doing it. Tonight's game, of course, again, there was no real good game, really. So, but, obviously this is a rivalry game, and the Mets, of course, I have some Mets subscribers. So I'm like, well, I hadn't done a Mets game in a while, so this was the game. It was either this or Diamondbacks and Rockies, so. Really, this one was the game for sure. Almost at 500. Yeah, I know. We're going. Great show. Keep it coming. First time tuning. Oh, thank you, Rob. Appreciate you. Again, this is. I don't know when you tuned in, but it's really a play-by-play. It's not a talk show. I don't do talk shows. It would be cool to be that personality, but I don't have the talent. Especially, baseball. Now, if it's a football after, that's probably what I can do. When it's football season, after the second game, I can talk I can talk for hours when it comes to football. So maybe like after that second game, that afternoon, Sunday afternoons, we can just all chat about football. Heck yeah, we can do that. Baseball, I'm this is actually the most baseball I've ever seen was because of this. So it's been fun, but I'm still I'm not as knowledgeable as other guys. But I appreciate it, Rob. I really do. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Oh, this guy. Well, so am I. Now, will you have an OG party for 500? Well, no, I won't. Tell you what, this is what I wanted to do earlier. I wanted to go ahead and that way you can stand out, Sean. Because, again, I want to go ahead and reward the people that have been here since day one. And there was another one, too. So, while I have it, because I know you guys, because you guys, again, you've been very supportive, and you're saying, well, don't forget about us. No, I'm not going to forget about you guys, but that way you can at least stand out a little bit. So, I appreciate you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. But I don't think I'll be on much longer. I think I might be bidding you guys a good night. Unless you guys, again, have more questions. I don't mind answering, but I just, when it comes to baseball, I think you guys would probably have a little bit more knowledge than I do. What is Skeen's future? I think, if you're talking about the Pirates, I think he's got at least another year. I think arbitration's going to be coming up after next year. And I don't know. He's going to have a lot more leverage once he hits that 3 year. Of course, 6 years, obviously, then, he's going to be out of there. But I don't know. I'd like to think we build around him. It really just depends on what the Pirates, we do this offseason. If we don't spend money on quality bats, because that's really the problem with the Pirates is, we don't have an offense. if we don't spend money at the plate, then I think he's going to be pretty much like, trade me. Like, there's no reason that I'm going to be wasting because I know, I mean, he's competitive. We can all see it, that he's great and he's competitive, and he will definitely want to be out of there, which is going to be so unfortunate, but I totally understand it. I totally understand it. So if we don't spend money this offseason and acquire some quality at, hitters, at, batters, then Skeens is going to ask for a trade. So, and it could be to the Mets. It could be, to probably a big market. But yeah, no, definitely. Good night, Holden. Yeah, appreciate you. Who do you think is going to be in the World Series? Well, to be honest, I think it's still, I don't know. So this was a long time ago, let's see here. I don't think my AL is going to stand anymore. I mean, it's going to sound kind of hypocritical to what I was saying a little bit earlier about the Yankees. I have a lot of faith. Hold on, let me see what here. Yeah, I had Phillies, so that was my pick. If you guys are able to look at the screen, I had Phillies Yankees this year. Yankees have been struggling again. They're a team that could easily turn it around. As of now, though, the AL, how it's looking, the Blue Jays look really good. The Tigers, they're still pretty solid. They're not as good as they were. The Mariners have been really good as of late. I don't know if I can I see the Mariners in the World Series? No. The Red Sox, again, they've been playing well. AL, I don't know. I just really think that the NL, whoever wins the NL side of things is going to win the World Series. That's just how I think. Sean and Triska mod, again, I just made them mod so I can recognize them and pick them out of the chat because, again, they've been here since day one. We love Cole in New York. Yeah, I bet. Oh, man, I miss Garrett Cole. He was so good. But, again, when you're a poverty franchise, when you're the Cleveland Browns of baseball, that's just how it goes. That's what the Pirates are. We're the Cleveland Browns of baseball. Pirates are very offensive. They are very offensive. They are very offensive indeed, Trisk. Skeens to the Giants. The Giants, again, are another team that spends money. But they're very similar to the Pirates, Sean, and I'm sure you know that. They need hitting. So, you bet Padres Rays as the long shot. That would be an interesting. Yeah, that would. I don't know if viewership would be high for that. Padres would get a crowd. I don't know about the Rays. Rays, they're still below 500. How far back are they? Rays are 5.5 back. They're still in it. They're still in it. That's what I think is so exciting, is that with 40 games left, at least realistically, there's a lot of teams with a shot. Still, even the Twins at 6.5. Orioles, I think once you get 10 games below, unless you have a run, you're pretty much done. In the NL, even the Marlins are only 6 back, and they actually went on a hot streak there for a little bit. But yeah, no, that'd be interesting. Yeah, the Giants again, they can't hit. They can't do it. I don't know. Again, I'd like to see the Mets. The Mets have a lot of star power, but they really need to get it together. The same thing again with the Yankees. Again, just another game or so, and you can see the Indians. I do call them the Indians. Leapfrogging the Yankees, and that'd just be wild to see the Yankees and Mets both miss out on the playoffs. that would be very unfortunate. I know the networks would hate it, so. But with all the money they spend, of course, I'm a small market guy, so I'm like, okay, heck yeah. But, you still like to see the Yankees and Mets in big moments. But, again, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. They continue to struggle. These other teams, the teams from Ohio, clearly are going to take advantage. I bet that at the start of the season, 8K. Oh, yeah, that would be huge. I don't think that the Mets are making the playoffs. They aren't doing good. No, they really aren't. But they still have the talent that they could turn it around. I do believe that. Would be great to see the Padres. Yeah. Again, there's a big series this weekend. Tomorrow night, again, I can't cover my Pirates because I'll be working. But I will be doing Padres-Dodgers. So if you guys all want to stay up late tomorrow, I'll gladly see you guys tomorrow night for Padres and Dodgers. And again, if you're just tuning in, yeah, I know we did just call a game again. If you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. Lots of play-by-play with Dr. Delay on this channel. Baseball and football. Tonight, of course, we did the Braves and Mets, but it is mostly Pittsburgh. It's not. I'm not trying to, I thought you guys, no, I don't normally do the Mets and Braves, but I have done them before. I don't want to say like, oh no, I haven't done them before. No, I have. It's just, it's few and far in between. It's been really a while. Braves, I think, was just a few weeks ago. Yeah, if you're a Braves fan, tune in. Did Braves and Royals. I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to do too much Braves anymore because, again, they're looking like they're going to be out of it. Mets, pretty much as soon as I met Pure Adrenaline Sports, I kind of laid off on the Mets a little bit because, he does the Mets. But, as evidenced by tonight, again, I will do them. I will. I mean, it's not like I'm afraid, but I got to do what is best for me. Of course, again, he does a great job. He's a Mets super fan. So if you're a Mets fan and haven't heard of Pure Adrenaline, definitely, by the way, guys, check him out. Does Mets. So feel free to check him out. He does a great job with the Mets. So, yeah, if you're a Mets fan, check him out. Also check out those guys as well. They've been very supportive of me. Let's see. Yeah, Friday night NL West party. Yeah, no, hey, I'll be here. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. But that's probably going to do it for me unless there's any more questions. I appreciate you guys. I mean, shoot. 10 people in here just watching me ramble. So that's really cool. I won't be able to watch that stream. It's okay. Again, I'm entertainment. I'm entertainment that can be turned off at any time. So I'm just thankful that you guys are here. That's really cool. I mean, I honestly am. I'm really blown away. I really am. You guys have been so good to me. So I appreciate you guys. That's probably going to do it for me unless I see a question last second. But again, I'll be back tomorrow night for Padres and Dodgers. Of course, we'll get back to our usual Pirates program. But, of course, again, be bouncing around Major League Baseball, mostly NL teams. And, of course, if your team makes the playoffs, I'll definitely be seeing them in the playoffs. That is my pitch for the Mets fans. And, again, if you're a football fan, I'm going to be doing a lot of football. So definitely subscribe. And, of course, you guys will be voting on the NFL games that I do. Or the second game I do every Sunday after the Steelers game. And, of course, the Steelers play the afternoon game. Then you'll be voting on the early window. So that is my final pitch to you guys. If you haven't already left a like and a subscribe button, definitely do it. That's going to do it for me, though. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday night. I appreciate you guys for giving me the chance to be your entertainment. As I will catch you guys in the next one tomorrow night. Padres, Dodgers, 10:05 Eastern Time. I go live, 9:05 Central, 8:05 Mountain Time. That's the time that no one really lives in. And then 7:05 Pacific. You guys take care. I will see you guys then.